Jam Fam family, yeah. Jam Fam, come hang with me.
Hello, Wagwan. Big up yourself, whether you're there, yard, or you're there abroad. Welcome back to another episode of Life with the Jam Fams. In today's episode, we're just going to show you a few of the things that we're getting up to as we're winding out our summer. Had some errands to go and run. So I decided that I'm going to come out and just go quickly get some done before we hit the weekend. Managed to get all of them done, of course, as usual. The bank delays or causes a delay. I turn up to the bank, the machine that they have on the outside is broken. Their excuse is that that I heard was that they don't have the parts to replace it. It's always deflecting responsibility, blaming it on something else instead of just getting the things fixed. I mean, in a bank, you have your money and people need to access their money, and you're going to tell me that you can't figure out how to fix an ATM so that people can access their money at their convenience. It's just ridiculous. Anyways, that was my rant. I went into the bank, had to join such a long queue and had to be there for over 30 minutes, just waiting to try and get in to get some cash out so that I could just go do some of the other things and to just make sure I had some cash access just in case I needed it. So managed to do most of the things that I needed to do, just didn't get round to one of them because although it's a later opening today on a Friday, by the time I got back there it was past the time that they would normally be open. So I think that office has an earlier close on a Friday than it does the other days of the week, although the bank had a later open today. And so now I'm back to collect my sister, who also had an appointment, and so she's gone to pamper herself a little bit, and so I'm just waiting on her now. She's got about 10 or so minutes left in her appointment, and so I'm just sitting here relaxing and just thinking about some of the challenges as we go through the back to school period, and just from driving around this little bit couple weeks and just realizing the challenges and just some of the ways in which the difference really in driving here in comparison to in the UK, and also some of the similarities with the driving here and in the UK, and just getting my head around that. Also, I'm used to driving standard or manual vehicle, and of course most of the vehicle here on the island are automatic, so it was quite a nice opportunity to get to adjust a little bit to the automatic, because I've driven automatic in the past, but not consistently, just occasionally, and but I think I've now adjusted to some of the nuances of it. I'm still sometimes reaching for my clutch and my gear stick when I'm in traffic or when I need to move, and having to consciously remind myself that it's not there, but it's okay. That will improve over time. I've been told by people who were seasoned manual drivers who then go to driving automatic, that somehow never seems to disappear from your thinking, because it has become such a habit. So every now and again you'll find that you go back into thinking about it in that way, but it's okay. We'll survive once I get into it. So of course this is just a car I'm having for the holiday period, but by the time I get around to getting mine, I'm sure I'll be acclimatized enough to driving a manual, an automatic rather, and that will be fine too. So I'm just going to sit and wait for that appointment to be finished, and then head on home to get ourselves ready and prepared for Sabbath, and then for the weekend, which will look after itself. But it's been a really good 2 or so weeks so far, or 3. It's been a good 3 weeks so far this August, and I'm looking forward to next week. I'm not looking as much forward to the back to school window, but I know inevitably it's going to happen. It's a little bit less stressful knowing that it's coming along this time, simply because I'm conscious that I'm not going back out with the rest of the people who are going back to school. But I'm mindful that I'm praying for all of those teachers, teaching assistants, administrators, assistant principals, vice principals, deputy heads, head teachers, all the educators who are heading back out, and also all the parents who are having to do the work to get the children back into school, and the children who are going out, that it will be a wonderful, magnificent and accomplished academic year ahead for them when they go back into school. And also there are quite a few people who've had their, the UK result window has passed now as well. And I've been hearing some really good news from some of my family members and other friends and their children, and it's amazing that they've done tremendously well and meeting expectations in spite of the odds and heading off to their different places, whether to sixth form or to university. And it's always admirable to see the milestones that they make as they are succeeding. So it's a good point to say, what you put the work in, you have the vision, you put the work in, and you then hope for the best. But only your best is good enough. You're not competing with the other person. You're just vying out for your best and looking at all the different avenues to which you can personally develop and grow and help yourself to thrive as you go along. So, I'm also looking forward to how I'm going to be closing out the year. And I know that this is just the 8th month. We're wrapping up now. However, it's always good to forward plan. Because in so doing, you get to work out a better future for yourself and for those that you're associated with or affiliated with. So future planning is essential. It's very important in hitting those milestones, and reflecting is also paramount because it gives you a chance to see how far you've come, how far you are away from where you want to get to, and then what adaptations need to be made and how to pivot if pivoting is what is required. And always looking at how to, improve with new knowledge and new insight to be able to reach the goals that you want to achieve, because there is inevitably things outside of your control. For example, my scenario with the bank today, the cash point not working is outside of my control. Having to go there and queue is outside of my control. However, those things do have knock-on effects. Its knock-on effect is I didn't get to meet the last place that I wanted to go, because by the time I finished there, they were closed. So now I have to, pivot or adapt to then be able to do that transaction or that business at another time. And now schedule that in, which means things for my next week have to be shifted a little bit in order to accommodate that. So it's just how life is. It's part and parcel of life. We've been having a lot of people chiming in on the conversations in the comment section, and we do appreciate you, and we value your ideas that you're sharing as well, and your insight, because it's so important that we're sharing these and giving these expressions, because we're enlightening each other and we're respecting each other's views and opinions, but we're also sharing our experiences that we're having, which means that people can get to see realities from other people's experiences. And so I appreciate you sharing, and thank you for doing so. We're making our best effort to respond to as many of them as we can, and we're also trying to catalog as many of them as we can at the end of our video section. So thank you for being involved in the community. Look at them. I decided I'm bringing them outside so that they can come out and do some activity, because the sun has gone down a little bit, so they will get some movement and exercise. So, Khalil, what are you guys doing?
We're stuck in the mud.
Okay. So, who's doing the tag?
Eliona.
Well, who is she tagging? Because at this rate, I don't see her tagging.
Me? That's off limits. It's the grass only. No? Get off that. The rock. Get off the rock. Tag. No tag back. No tag back. No tag back. No tag back. Eliona's tag. No tag back. No tag back. No tag you. No tag back. Take it back. No tag back. Tag. No! That's not fair. You can't do that.
Khalil, I hear you're cheating. Why? You're not allowed up there. You have to be on the green. You have to stay on the green, Kalel. Good. That's what you told me.
Under the arm. Who's that? I'm not. No, I'm not. Oh, yeah. Oh. Wait, I'm taking a break. I just
Already?
No.
Is this timeout trying to avoid getting tagged?
No.
Just like the one, just like Eliona did earlier. She got tagged. She got tagged. So everybody's on timeout now? I can't believe we're already on timeout.
She did this to pee, so I tagged her. I'm still on timeout. No, that's not fair because if you're on they've tea for a long time. You can't take tea for a long time. Yeah, that hasn't been more than 2 years. Yes, it has.
So how long can you be on timeout for?
15 seconds.
Seconds, okay. So explain the game then, Kalel, since they don't seem to understand.
So somebody's the tagger and every person runs, and then when somebody gets tagged, they get stuck in the mud and get the arms out. And they go under the arm.
Play cross the golden river.
How does that play?
So someone is here, and then you have to say cross the golden river if you have. Then they can feel the go, and then the other person, you say go, and then you have to tag them so they don't cross the river.
Or is that something like red light, green light?
Yeah.
Okay.
Except, for example, if I was a tag, I say cross the golden river if you have.
Oh,
And he can go, and then he can
okay. Well, you guys can decide whatever you're going to play.
I'm going to play Alien.
I will continue to sit here and watch. So,
want to play?
enjoy the play.
Which one do you want? I don't mind.
Well, that's some good democracy. Okay then. Well, you guys decide what you're playing now? Alright then. So, oh, okay. From Senti, here goes Alcart. Okay. Down in the plains. Oh, it's over there. Yeah. Okay. The sun is sunning and it's so early.
I know. But it's okay. It's a lovely country. And Portland is an awesome parish. I like it.
I think every parish have their own uniqueness.
Exactly.
And I'm so blessed to have done a whole island tour.
Amen. And that's why, as Jamaicans, we need to just go from parish to parish and soak up what it has to offer.
Yeah. I think I'm a holiday in that country. Oh. My body.
Because it has all
Parish to parish. But it makes sense once your life set a certain way, you don't need to be a dip out other than to go see other way of life.
The killing, brother, Jamaica nice.
Yeah.
We don't know about outside of the world. Jamaica nice. Nice place there. Nice experience.
And it shouldn't just be left for foreigners to come and experience. The people who live there too.
Say nice place there. Look like a foreign too.
And them a live better.
You know that. They look like a foreign too.
And it's about us making the conscious decision. As Jamaicans, Jamaica is also for us to enjoy. We need to get up and go out and enjoy it. just one of my experience that I had the other day when I went out on the road, and it's something I see very often when I go out with the drivers in Jamaica, and I'm trying to get my head around it, and I do know that you have road rage wherever you are in the world, and I do know that drivers can be very impatient. However, it's also important that we think about the consequences that those impatience can cause, and whether or not it's worth us examining ourselves as drivers on the road to see how we can better position ourselves to avoid some of the things that can happen in a blink of an eye, because we're moving so swiftly and we can't press an undo button, because sometimes a little bit of patience goes a very long way. And I just thought I would talk about that, because even in addition to the one that I was talking about, we were going down to Santa Cruz, down Spur Tree, just the other day, and the pace at which some of the people were driving, even a truck driver was going down in such a speed that the driver who was driving us had to just slow himself down and stay far from what they were getting up to. And they're going down the hill like they forget what the state of that hill is, and the turns and deep corners that are possible. And sometimes you see some of the trucks going down some of the places, the inclines, and you're having to think, why are they going that fast? And some of them are overtaking vehicles that are going considerably fast, and they're going down a hill. And I just wonder sometimes if we're being cautious enough on the streets. And it's just from observation, both in the driver's seat as well as a passenger in vehicle, some of the times when I see some of the ways in which people are driving. And although I know that drivers across the world drive in a certain way, at the same point we all have to be accountable for the safety on our roads. And so I just wanted to just speak on that for a little while, and just ask yourself, if you're a driver, sometimes we're rushing to go someplace, and somebody was saying a passing remark, and they were saying, oh, it's so typical that Jamaicans seem to be going somewhere, and they know they need to get there for 9 o'clock, and they leave out from where they're at 8:45, and they know that their journey is going to take them in excess of half an hour. But I know that that's just something people say in passing, and that's probably their coping mechanism for dealing with the fact that people are driving the way they are and they can't get anywhere. They can't do anything about it. So this is the way that they probably cope with it, or tell the story to say the severity from their point of view. I'm very conscious that there are many cautious drivers out there, but as they're saying, it just takes one bad apple to spoil the bunch. And so whilst we are enjoying ourselves going from place to place on the island and enjoying the new roads and trying to traverse the old ones that need repair, it's important and imperative that we are considering how cautious we are being, and if extra caution might be necessary, just so that we can avoid incidents that are avoidable, really.
The Johnson family. Where Irie living the good life. We're royal, cruising through the West Indies, having fun, enjoying the good life. Jam Fam family, the Jam Fam family, yeah. Jam Fam, come hang with me.
Thank you so much for spending the time with us today on this another video. We appreciate your time, and we look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye for now.